morning. So in last class we have discussed low pass filter. So second order low pass Allen key filter we have seen. This was the transfer function. So after converting this transfer function into standard form, we can equate with this standard equation and we can calculate the various parameters of filter. For example, pole frequency, quality factor and gain. These three elements are parameters. So we have seen one special case of low pass filtering when Q value is 1 by root 2. That is called maximal flat response or Butterworth response. So whenever we will design a higher order Butterworth filter, we will use concept of cascading. So we have seen first order low pass filter, we have seen second order low pass filter. So if we will go for realizing higher order Butterworth filter, then by cascading first and second order filters, we can realize the higher order Butterworth filter. So this is the magnitude of higher order Butterworth filter of order n. And these are the standard denominator functions. For order 1, we will say transfer function of required Butterworth will be 1 upon s plus 1. For order 2, we will have s square plus under root 2s plus 1. But if we are coming to third order, the third order we will say 1 plus 2. So here we will have to cascade one low pass filter of order 1 and one second order low pass filter. So by cascading two filters, one of first order and second one of second order, we can realize the third order Butterworth. So here the transfer function will be the first term, that is the first order section will be this dot. The second term so we have to simply cascade this section and this section for realizing n is equal to 3, means third order Butterworth. So we will see first one example how to design a Butterworth filter. So here we have to target design a second order Butterworth low pass filter having upper cutoff frequency of 2 kHz. So we know what is the cutoff frequency, that is 1 by 2 by RC. So one component value we will have to assume. So preferably we assume the capacitor value and we try to get the resistance value in order of kilo ohms. So if we are putting C is equal to 0.1 microfarad, F is known, that is 2 kilohertz. So by putting C is equal to this much, we will get R is equal to 0.8 kilo ohms. Now if we will see, these are all normalized terms. So here we will take help of this silent key low pass response and we will correlate this response with second order filter. So we will say this will be for second order Butterworth, this will be s square plus root 2s plus 1. So now we will compare this equation with the Allen key filter. So here we know alpha is equal to this much. So we will say this 3 minus alpha. If you see this equation, this particular part, after normalizing we will have only this much. So 3 minus a is alpha. So alpha value is root 2. So we will say so by solving this, we can get the value of A, means gain, as 1.586. And now what is the gain? Gain of cell N key LPF. So that is 1 plus RF by RI. So 1 plus RF by RI is equal to this much. So we can get the ratio RF by RI, that is this much. Again we will have to assume one component value and we will get the second one. So here we have taken, let's say, RF resistance as 5.8K, then RI will be 10K. So this way we can design the higher order or Butterworth filter of any order. Now we will see the high pass filter. So again we will have second order high pass filter. So again we will take the help of cell and key structure. We have already seen this particular structure. Simply we will have to replace the component values. So this is the transfer function of this standard circuit, and now we will select particular component values and we will get the high pass variant of cell and key. So here we have selected these two components as capacitive. And these two components as resistive. So we will get the high pass variant. So this is the standard transfer function. Putting y1 and y2 is equal to SC, we have taken both capacitor values equal and both resistor values equal. This will simplify the transfer function. So we will have this particular transfer function. So here we can see we have S square in numerator. So definitely this is high pass response. And again we will have to correlate this particular transfer function with the standard high pass response, that is S square, let's say gain is H, S square plus omega naught by QS plus omega naught square. So again we can calculate the parameter values. So it is clear that omega naught square is equal to 1 by R square C square. So omega naught is equal to 1 by RC. And then the coefficient of S is omega naught by Q, which is equal to this much. So again if we will solve, we will get Q is equal to 1 by 3 minus A. And then gain H is nothing but A. So this way we can calculate the various parameters, and we can also verify the functionality of this high pass response by taking S tending to 0, S tending to infinite and S tending to omega naught or omega L. Now we will see band pass filter. So in case of band pass filter, this is the standard equation of band pass filter. So denominator function will remain same for all the 5 variants of second order, that is low pass, high pass, band reject and all pass. Only numerator will change. Zeros will decide the filter type. So here we have single S. So this is a band pass response. This term omega naught by Q, this is also defined as bandwidth. So this is another way of writing the same equation, where we have written omega naught by Q as bandwidth. Putting S is equal to J omega, we will not go in the concept of normalization, but whenever we will divide numerator and denominator by omega naught square, the transfer function will be normalized. So mod value of this band pass transfer function, this is equal to this much. This is the frequency response. And now what is the bandwidth? So here in this plot we will get one upper cutoff frequency, that is omega 2, and one lower cutoff frequency, that is omega 1, and the difference difference of these two will be the bandwidth. So this bandwidth is nothing but omega 2 minus omega 1. And this is the center frequency. This unity point is nothing but omega naught. This is the normalized scale. So this unity point is nothing but the omega naught. So we have another relation, that the product of omega 1 and omega 2 is equal to omega naught. And these are the formula by which we can calculate omega 1 and omega 2. Here we have written this as FL, this as FH. So here again we can verify. Let's say what is the gain at omega is equal to 0. So by the diagram it is clear, at omega is equal to 0, transfer function gain should be 0. So if we will put omega is equal to 0, so this is simply 0. Omega is equal to infinite, again the transfer function gain will be infinite. So by putting the omega is equal to infinite and following the rules of limit, we will again get transfer function gain as 0. At omega is equal to omega naught, so here omega is equal to omega naught, or we will say, since the transfer function is normalized, we will put omega is equal to 1. So if omega is equal to 1, this term will be cancelled. This will be 1 by q, and if we will take 1 by q in numerator, so q will be cancelled with q, and we will get gain as h, the highest gain. Now we will see band reject filter. So band reject filter are also called notch filter if it is having high Q. So we will first have strategy how to use high pass and low pass sections for making band reject filter. We will see 20 notch band reject filter. So here we have taken simple the help of first order high pass and first order low pass filter for realizing band reject filter. So let's say this is a low pass response if we see, and this is a high pass response. And in case of band reject filter, we will reject a particular band of frequency, and outside that band frequency will be passed. So here we will say, if we will see this diagram, so this is pass band, this is pass band, but this particular band is rejected. So here we will say we have a low pass response with corner frequency FH. We have a high pass response with corner frequency FL. So here first we will use a low pass response. So this low pass response will pass this frequency, but it will block the frequencies idly. It will block the frequencies beyond FH. Then we will use a high pass response which will pass these frequencies, but it will block the frequencies below FL. And now by summing the output of these two filters, we will get the response of band reject. So this is the diagram. We have applied the input to both high pass and low pass filter. These frequencies are passed by this and blocked. This is the common zone which will be blocked by both the filters, and then we will add these two outputs to get the band reject response. So here this is the diagram. We have first order low pass and high pass, and then this is the op-amp base adder, which will add the response of these two filter outputs, and we will get the band reject response at this point. So by using this simple concept, we can realize the second order filter using first order filter. Now we will see narrow band reject filter. So one more thing, if we have to keep in mind this FL must be greater than FH for getting the band reject response. If the gap of FL and FH is more than 10 times, so we will say this is wide band reject filter. So for wide band reject filter, if we will see the formula, this one. Wide band means higher bandwidth. So if we see, let's say Q value increases, so in that case bandwidth will decrease. So for wide bandwidth we need low Q values. And now if we are going for narrow band reject response, narrow band reject response means it will reject a very small range of frequencies, means bandwidth will be very less. So we will say that will be high Q filter. So this definition is equally applicable over band pass and band reject filters. So here for making notch filter, this is a high selectivity filter or high Q filter is also called and in case of band reject we will say notch filter, means less bandwidth. So here we have used one very famous circuit which is called twin T notch filter. So why it is called twin T notch filter? Reason, we have two T networks, one T network and other T network. So we have two T networks, so that's why it is called twin T notch filter. So here we have used two op-amps, op-amp A1, op-amp A2. Note that both the op-amps are in buffering mode. So we will say whatever voltage is available at this point, the same voltage will be available at this point. So we will say Vp is equal to V0. And here we have used one resistive network R1 and R2. So we will say the voltage at this point will be R2 upon R1 plus R2 multiplied by V0. So here we have defined this factor as K. So we will say this can be written as KV0. So again, because of buffering, we will say the same voltage will be available at this point. So now we have idea of this voltage, and let's say this is node A and node B. So we will apply the KCL at this node and this node. So if we are applying KCL at node A, So here we have three components connected with node A, this capacitor through Vi, this capacitor through V0, and this resistor of value R by 2 through voltage kV0. So here this is the KCL equation. So solving this, we will get this. In similar way, we will apply KCL at node B. So node B is connected through these two resistances, this resistance through Vi, this resistance through V0, this capacitor of value 2C through kV0. So we will get this equation at node B. And then third KCL equation we will apply at this node. No current sourcing sinking at this point. So we will say node Vp is connected through Vb through this resistance R to Vb and this node Va. So here we have this equation. Now with the help of this equation we can get V0 by Vi. This voltage by this voltage, and this will give the transfer function this much, and converting this transfer function is to a standard form, that is highest power of S will have coefficient value 1. So this is the standard transfer function, and now we can calculate the various parameters of this band reject filter. So standard response of band reject filter is this much. So we can easily calculate omega naught, Q and gain parameters. So here omega naught is nothing but this much, G by C. So we can say this is S square plus omega naught square, this term, and its coefficient is H. So H value is here 1. So we will say H is equal to 1. So this way we can easily calculate the parameters of 20 notch filter. So this is a common strategy, that first we will derive the transfer function, then we will convert the transfer function into a standard form, then we will compare this equation with the standard equation, and we will calculate the parameters. Now we will see very important filter, that is known as K-chain biquade. Biquade stands for biquadratic equation having power of 2. So the second order filter is having highest power as 2 in denominator. So we will say second order filters as biquade filter also. So here we will first learn how to realize a filter, and then we will derive the transfer function of realized filter. So we have some basic components by which we can design the filter: differentiator, integrator, adder, subtractor. So if we have idea of these basic modules, then we can design any filter. So in next class we will see, with the help of these basic modules, how to realize a K-chain filter.